Thanks everyone for joining. I'm Alicia Schottler, Wavelink's National Mobility Channel Manager. I will also be joined by William Fong, our Mobility Enablement Manager. Today I'm going to be doing a high-level overview of the considerations when migrating from feature phones to smartphones. When we're talking about feature phones, this could be DECT or Wi-Fi. First of all, as I'm conducting this Info-Byte in Wavelink's Sydney office, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the lands of the Gadingal and Birrabirragal people, the traditional custodians of the land. I would also like to pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. So today we will be covering why smartphones in business, choosing the right mobility platform, operational intelligence and management, making mobility work, and then we'll have some questions. So if you do have any questions, guys, just save them to the end and just pop them in the box. So I'd like to start by reflecting on our personal smartphone use in Australia because this can heavily influence the way we communicate and accept technology in the workplace. So 92% of Australian adults have access to a smartphone. 60% of mobile users have replaced at least 3 other items with their device, most commonly like their road directory, phone book, home phone, or camera. The way we communicate is changing as well. 74% of Australian adults use 5+ separate communication services. So things like mobile phone calls, texting, emails, messaging, calling apps, social networking applications. And I think it's important to reflect that over 3/4, it's actually 77% of Australian adults use a communication app like WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. The smartphone is really the modern day Swiss Army knife. They are essential utility for everyday life, and this presents an opportunity for business. We are really facing the challenge of how to adapt the enterprise space to what we, as consumers, are used to outside the 4 walls of our workplaces. How does enterprise leverage existing consumer smartphone knowledge and habits to increase productivity? In many cases, it may seem like the workplace is 20 years behind, but we are starting to see that change. Traditional PBXs are being phased out, and organisations are investing in applications that enable messaging, group chats, and sharing of pictures and videos, such as Slack or Microsoft Teams. But voice is still a key component. In terms of frequency of use and efficiency, the phone call is still the most preferred method of communication. Overall, workplace productivity is deeply impacted by an organisation's communication, technology, and collaboration practices. This is especially apparent when we look at frontline workers, who, unlike desk-based workers, don't often have access to workplace systems at their fingertips. To maintain productivity and efficiency, frontline workers need immediate access to documentation, notifications, information, and communication. Having one device for multiple functions can solve many customer challenges. Employees no longer have to use outdated and obsolete tools and processes. Information and resources are readily available. Tasks can be allocated in the most efficient manner, taking into consideration location and time allocation, and onboarding costs decrease with less staff training needed, as they already know how to use a smartphone. As we know, 90% of all adults own a smartphone in Australia. In fact, in a study completed by Frost and Sullivan, using portable devices for frontline tasks saves employees 58 minutes per day while increasing productivity by 34%. Empowered frontline workers are the key to business success, and fit-for-purpose enterprise smartphones are the platform for their enablement. Not all smartphones are created equal, and like when choosing any technology, smartphones deployed in businesses have to be fit for purpose. When it comes to mobility in the workplace, I'm proud to say that Versity is the most advanced, purpose-built enterprise suite of smartphones on the market. So what makes Versity a fit-for-purpose enterprise smartphone? A true enterprise smartphone needs to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and Versity swappable batteries enable that 24/7 operation. The batteries are easy to change, yet are secure in the handset. Plus, users are supported by reliable Spectralink manufactured charging accessories, including cradle and battery chargers. The average battery typically maintains optimal performance for about 500 charge cycles. So when the battery is no longer optimally performing, it's the batteries that's replaced, not the handset. An enterprise smartphone has to be ruggedized to be able to stand the test of time in a work environment and last longer than a few plummets out of your pocket. To show durability, smartphone manufacturers advertise military standard testing. The military standard 810G is a standardized form of testing designed by the US military to accurately assess device limitations. However, this doesn't mean that each test is conducted with the same uh, durability rating and tested in the same way. When looking at ruggedized competitive devices, for example, one has a drop test conducted on plywood impact surface over concrete from a height of 1.2 meters. Another I found was from 1.2 meter height drops onto a vinyl tile over concrete. Versity has a reinforced frame in all models, and the drop test completed as per the military standards 810 on the 92 series were tested multiple cycles at 1.5 meter drops onto a steel plate. The 95-96 series exceeds multiple 26 drop cycles from a 1.8 meters onto a steel plate. Additionally, Spectralink recognizes that handset damage can occur from smaller drops too, like from a bed or from a chair. All models of the Versity are tumble tested at 1,000 cycles from a height of 0.5 meters. A smartphone used in a workplace is transferred between many people and many hands. Studies have found that serious pathogens are on smartphones. Viruses can also spread via phones, and this is especially risky with a shared device. Versity is made of fiberglass reinforced plastics, ensuring they can withstand cleaning without deterioration. Easy infection control is possible via chemical cleaning, uses standard hospital disinfectants such as bleach, hydrogen peroxide, and isopropyl alcohol, plus the use of UV disinfection. Spectralink also have a cleaning and disinfection guide, so there is no guesswork involved and the mobility investment is protected. In addition to standard warranties, Spectralink offers enhanced, extended, multi-year maintenance options to provide protection against things like liquid damage, as well as offer advanced handset replacement. Technical support is also provided by Spectralink certified wavelength staff based out of our Melbourne office. So I'm just going to show a short video. This is durability testing of the 95 series. This is the tumble test. You'll just see the LED screen there going side to side. Then we've got the drop test here. So this is your desk test. And you can see there, just being dropped down. Quite rigorous, even though it is from a small height. And this is my favorite. This is the drop test, or what I like to call the slam test. Now, I do have a similar video that you can show for the 92 series, but we just don't have time to show it today. So if you'd like that, please reach out. Even in the best regions, cellular coverage within corporate campuses and throughout retail locations can be spotty at best. It's often much worse when we look at healthcare and manufacturing environments where there's interference from machinery, medical equipment, or other wireless devices. The problem has only gotten worse as more companies embrace the Internet of Things and the number of connected endpoints has exploded. As a result of these and other factors, smartphones using wireless connectivity for data and voice are the most reliable solution for communication. Spectralink has more than 30 years of experience implementing enterprise wireless solutions, and they have carried on that legacy with Versity being the best in class for voice quality and performance. Versity's voice superiority is achieved through a combination of factors, including hardware components, with optimized chipsets including dependable connections for voice-critical environments. A built-in dedicated antenna for scanning and roaming. Versity does not need to interrupt calls to look for access points when roaming, unlike other competitive devices, and this ensures the least impact possible on call quality. When we're looking at the different handset models, there's 3 microphones on the 92 series and 4 microphones on the 95-96 series that are optimally designed and include noise suppression and echo cancellation. The other thing is that Spectralink have tested, certified, and documented fully supported interoperability with market-leading call server integrators and network infrastructure providers through Spectralink Technology Alliance partners. Network and call server configuration guides ensure high performance, which we will talk about in more depth in the next slide. Spectralink's voice quality optimization, or VQO, which takes advantage of Versity's specialized hardware and software through using proprietary adaptive algorithms to tightly link with Wi-Fi infrastructure, ensuring seamless handoff and voice quality. VQO is designed to watch for SIP traffic and the associated RTP streams automatically and then activates Spectralink's roaming magic. As long as voice is completed via an application on the Versity, like BizPhone, it will be tagged with high priority DSCP tags by the VQO, and the roaming mechanisms for voice will kick in when the call starts. Additionally, the VQO application allows for granular configuration of the Versity handset Wi-Fi settings, including setting the Wi-Fi low RSSI signal strength handoff, the signal at or lower that the device will start looking for another AP, setting the Wi-Fi frequency, so whether that be 2.4 or 5 gig or both, setting specific Wi-Fi radio channels for the frequency selected, setting the fast transition feature settings, setting the Cisco centralized key management feature settings. The important thing to remember with Spectralink Versity, quality of service is performed at the device level, always ensuring voice is prioritized over data. Consumer devices do not have this built-in capability and must rely on network for quality of service. On top of that, they are not designed to roam access to access point. Running your smartphones on your home Wi-Fi is very different to the complex enterprise Wi-Fi network. The alternative is running a device with a SIM card, but then your investment into this voice-capable Wi-Fi network is redundant, and you are relying on cellular coverage, if you've got it, and there are additional costs, not only for the cost of the service, but the management costs. Who is monitoring and administrating this service? We're looking at things like billing, but also making sure that the correct SIM cards stay in the correct phone. Versity does have models with LTE capability for those working off-site, but a SIM card is not needed on-site, and the voice-capable Wi-Fi network can be utilised. So Spectralink's Technology Alliance Partners, or TAP, program are selected for their market leadership, strategic alignments, and solutions interoperability. Spectralink collaborates with these partners to develop best-in-class enterprise mobile solutions. There are 3 pillars of partners. So we've got our call server integrators, and these are integrators from across the globe. That provides direct interoperability with these companies. So there's a few on there very well known, Mitel, you can see the list there. There are guides for both the 95-96 series and then a separate one for the 92. We've also got our network infrastructure partners that are part of that VIEW program, or Voice Interoperability for Enterprise Wireless. So Spectralink have worked with these best-of-breed Wi-Fi manufacturers to deliver proven telephony solutions with superior voice over WLAN. Partners undergo rigorous product testing that ensures their Wi-Fi products meet enterprise-grade performance criteria for voice quality, security, capacity, and roaming. There are also config guides to assist with deployment, and this reduces the customer risk. The third pillar is that mobile application ecosystem, or AIMS program. These partners have access to tested and certified mobility solutions. So it enables seamless integration to workflows for mobile workers that they need to do their jobs. Plus also from a management point of view, there is certification with those major mobile device management platforms such as SOTI. Versity also has legacy support for Web API, or otherwise known as XML. The integrations that were previously supported in the Wi-Fi feature phones for pushing and pulling XML are supported by the Versity. Now, most smartphones can't support this function. Finally, it's not just about what has been tested, certified, and documented, but the fact that Versity is so agnostic. By using Android, the possibilities are endless and what can be done on the Versity. When exploring the costs of implementing smartphones in an organization, there can be several hidden areas of cost. These can be caused by using devices that are not suited to the workplace, devices that have low durability, that when the battery fails, you don't have the option to replace the battery, you have to replace the phone. You need cellular coverage for consistent voice quality throughout the location. There's that lack of interoperability, so, it's not tested with these applications. There's also a short product life cycle, so you're never getting the same model, which adds to your onboarding costs and fleet management becomes difficult. You also need additional accessories to make the phone suitable for a business, like cases and chargers and battery packs that sit on the phone, but then also deplete the battery and make the handset life a lot shorter. In these situations, you have to ask, what is the cost to their business if the device was not working as needed? And at what capacity can you actually complete tasks from start to finish in whole? Going back to our personal phones, everyone's definition of what their personal smartphone does for them is never the same. Consumer mobility can be all things for one person and mean very little to another. It is for this reason that consumer devices are built to be all things for all people. But when it comes to getting the job done at work, consumer smartphones are a lighter version of purposely designed enterprise smartphones. Spectralink Versity is designed for frontline workers, is an all-in-one device built to last and has a lower total cost of ownership. But I'm not just talking about the physical components of the handset, of Versity that we've already covered. When a customer purchases a smartphone in the Versity family, they can rest assured that their investment will be supported till at least 2028. Spectralink is also committed to ensuring enterprise applications will remain compatible with Versity smartphones for the duration of coverage and will continue to partner with key application and unified communication partners to ensure longevity. So it's important that organisations need to look at the total cost of owning a smartphone over its lifetime of usage, not just the initial cost of procurement. So I'm just going to take a bit of a break now, and I'm going to hand over to William to go through the operational intelligence and management benefits of Versity.
Thank you, Alicia. Just to remind everyone, if you have any questions, please save them, and you can send them through later in the Q&A segment. Okay, thanks. So the Versity comes preloaded with a range of Spectralink design applications to enhance functionality. These are proprietary apps that come pre-installed in the handset. Key features like the BizPhone, our SIP client, and push-to-talk are available without any additional licensing. Management of these apps are available using any server. Next. With AMI, it makes it easy to provision devices with a single batch file configuration. This will allow you to manage thousands of devices and groups from a single platform. You'll be able to configure and manage the Spectralink applications, as mentioned in the earlier slide, at an enterprise, group, or device level. So it means that if you're going to change a ringtone, if you're going to change a wallpaper, any configuration, you can apply it using that. You can also monitor the battery health and other maintenance needs. And with AMI, you'll be able to make software updates available remotely. You can troubleshoot and do device logging remotely, and you can balance the device utilization across users, departments, or shifts. AMI, of course, is not mandatory, but without it, the customer cannot do fleet configurations and management of Spectralink applications, as mentioned in previous slides. But even with an MDM, individual profiles need to be built, which is a repetitive and time-consuming task. Without AMI, you would need to go into each individual phone and program each application. whereas Amy allows you to push your settings to multiple handsets at once. So whether it's 10 handsets, 100 handsets, or 1,000 handsets, it's all the same. Additionally, it also allows the locking of applications, not allowing users to make changes to settings within those apps. Changes can be done only via the server. Next. Another key feature of Android phones is the ability for the handset to be managed remotely and the use of a lockdown screen. For a typical Wi-Fi feature phone, an engineer would only be able to troubleshoot feature phones that much remotely. By leveraging Android Enterprise, it allows the use of a mobile device management service. In this example, the screenshot is Sorty. This allows better management of handsets as IT staff or resellers can remotely troubleshoot the device. IT would be able to see what end user is seeing and would be able to remotely control the device on an admin level. Issues such as suspended applications or a phone that is accidentally muted can be resolved immediately. The combination of MDM and AMI allows for provisioning a replacement phone in minutes. This allows phones to be back in service rapidly. Also in the screenshot, the MDM sortie comes equipped with its own ticketing system, allowing for notes, comments, observations, screenshots, video, and audio recordings to be taken. Logs can also be taken remotely on the same platform. This would mean less site visits and higher utilization of handsets. This would mean that you can manage the fleet of phones as an offered service for the end customer.
Thank you very much, William. Now we'll look at making mobility work for business. Let's look at some vertical examples of how the benefits of using Versity as their enterprise smart solution will help streamline their business. So the first one we'll look at is aged care. With nurse call and alarm systems on Versity, providers can create a quieter, homier, and more efficient environment with direct-to-care team alerts or messages. Ensure alerts are received by the right person, actioned, or escalated with the least disruption possible. By always having an all-in-one communication and information tool on hand, carers can make better decisions and be more responsive to resident needs. Locate information without looking through piles of paperwork, provide accurate evidence of care and feedback into care plans quickly, and ensure smooth and effective handover of care while supporting regulatory compliance. And with Spectralink safe features, carers can call for help at the push of a button in the event of an emergency. Hospitality. Versity helps streamline communications and workflows through all-in-one device, allowing employees to focus on revenue-generating jobs, eliminating delays, and helping route the closest staff to perform tasks or fulfill guest requests. The voice quality ensures that staff can address customer needs from anywhere, anytime. As quite a seasonal industry, there can be a high turnover rate. Versity assists with quick onboarding as it's easy to learn and use, plus flexible, versatile, scalable, and durable. Retail. Versity can vastly improve staff collaboration and customer experience, with retail associates being able to make and receive crystal clear calls from anywhere in the store. Access information about their products, plus pricing, promotions, inventory levels, and delivery options. With models with a dedicated barcode scanner, retail associates can truly just use one device, and retailers gain measurable efficiencies by optimizing in-store communication, staff coordination, task management, and inventory and distribution management. The safety feature of a panic button, built-in motion detector, and push-to-talk capability means the ability to communicate quietly to notify security personnel of risks while maintaining a calm and welcoming store environment. Industrial and warehousing. Versity's optimized chipsets, multiple microphones, noise cancellation, and echo suppression all ensure crystal clear voice quality even in the loudest warehouse or factory. By being able to leverage on-site Wi-Fi, Full site communication is possible, even in remote places and buildings with thick walls. Workers are never out of reach or without access to help. Downtime is instantly reduced with long battery life and talk time. Swappable batteries plus expanded functionality with barcode scanners and access to inventory information. Versity does all this in one nearly indestructible, portable, reliable, and easy to use solution. So finally, what are the initial questions to ask when positioning Versity? Is the Wi-Fi network set up for running voice as the application? Is the Wi-Fi network Spectralink View certified? So going into those guides, checking it against that, and then knowing that it's going to work. What PBX is the customer using? What business critical apps are required? What is the MDM, so mobile device management tool, or enterprise mobility management system that will be used? Is that supplied by the customer, or is that something that you will be supplying? And who will be managing the handsets? Is it yourself as the reseller as a managed service, or is it the customer's internal IT team? The other important thing when looking at Versity as a solution is the fact that there is a range of handsets. You know, it's not just a one size fits all. Spectralink recognizes that different users have different requirements, and that's why we've got the two handsets. So probably a key question to ask is, are they heavy application users? You know, we've got the Versity 92 series, which is a smaller phone, great for task management, great for taking phone calls, push to talk, but if you're going to be a heavy application user and looking at electronic medical records or maybe heavy inventory records, then you know the ideal phone is the Versity 95, 96 series based on that screen size and capability. Okay, so let's do some questions, guys. So feel free to pop in the question tab here. Just going to go in and have a look. Okay, they're just coming through now. Oh, that's a good one. I'll take this one. What are the lead times on the Versity? So we have full stock of the Versity. There's no delay. We have all accessories in stock as well. So you know that when you sell the solution and you're looking at deploying the platform, there is availability and it will be able to be turned around quickly. Okay, here's one for you, William. Where do you find information on Spectralink's network partners?
Hey, Alicia. Thanks. That's a good question. The users can go to support.spectralink.com. There are interop guides available. Spectralink has an extensive program with interoperability guides for most enterprise network infrastructures and call managers. So, yeah. Yep, that's the answer. What's next?
Okay, fantastic. So, this is another one I think for you, William. I did touch on this earlier, but you can certainly go a lot more in depth. Smartphones are always changing in hardware and software. How long will the Versity be supported for?
That's a good question. So the Spectralink Versity undergoes a fairly extensive testing by Spectralink before new firmware is released. Like for example, the Versity 95 was first released on Android 8, and currently the latest firmware is on Android 10. The latest Android OS version out in the market now is Android version 13. So as you can see, Spectralink is not going for the latest and greatest, but rather a stable release to ensure compatibility of features, apps, and integrations. And as Alicia mentioned before, the hardware will be supported to 2028. Also in addition to that, every 90 days there's a new firmware update too. in compliance with the Android Enterprise program. This would include um, bug fixes from Android, as well as possibly could be new features.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for that, William. Oh, you're popular today. I think I've got another question for you. Is there any technical training for Versity?
Thanks, Alicia. I'll take that one. We hold Spectralink, Wavelink. We hold scheduled trainings in major cities in Australia. However, if there is enough need or numbers, we are willing to accommodate our partners. We also provide online training and certification for those who can't make these trainings, but would recommend attendance of these workshops that we have in person to get hands-on workshop experience and best practice for deployments of these handsets. If you have any questions regarding technical issues or training, please contact me in the email provided at the end of the slides. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. I think that's all we've got time for today. So thank you so much for attending. If we didn't get a chance to answer your question, I will send you an email separately. And if you have any further questions, just feel free to reach out to me. My email is alicia.schottler@wavelink.com.au. I've also got William's email on there as well. So yeah, I hope today was worthwhile. We just tried to make it short and sharp and also address the main queries that we get back from our resellers. So thank you very much. The Versity Prize, now that will be randomly drawn later today from those attending and the winner contacted. So have a great day, everyone, and we will speak to you soon.